Imagine dropping Giannis Antetokounmpo, a 7-foot freight train with guard handles, straight into the most physical, beat-you-up decade in NBA history. No pace and space, no 5-out, no defensive 3 seconds. Just clogged paint, hard fouls, and hand-checking that basically let defenders steer you like a shopping cart. In today's league, Giannis lives in transition. He averages 29 points, 12 rebounds, and 6 assists on nearly 60% shooting because he's got shooters everywhere around him. The floor is wide open. Teams take 35 threes a night, and he just barrels to the rim whenever he wants. But the 90s were different. Teams scored barely 101 points a game, and every possession ran through the bigs. You had Ewing, Hakeem, Robinson, and then the final boss, young Shaq. These guys lived in the paint, and they didn't move out of your way. That's the world Giannis walks into. No spacing, more bodies, more contact, and way fewer freebies at the rim. But even with all that, the crazy thing is, he still breaks the game. Let's be real. Transition Giannis still cooks. Even in the 90s slower pace, every rebound he grabs turns into a jailbreak. 2 dribbles, Euro step, bucket. Defenses aren't ready for a 7-footer moving like a guard. But once the game slows down, now it gets interesting. With no shooters pulling defenders away, Giannis is facing 2 or 3 bodies the moment he puts the ball on the floor. Hand-checking hits him on every drive. Stronger contact, no easy lanes. That 29 a night he averages today dips. Not because he's not good enough, but because the era just shrinks the floor on him. His free throws become a legit problem too. Giannis would have shown up a decade before Shaq. And with a jump shot that still isn't reliable, defenses dare him to shoot. But even with the arrow working against him, Giannis still finds ways to dominate. In the 90s, he probably sits around 25 to 27 points per game in his prime. Still superstar numbers. And on a few nights where the pace opens up, he looks unstoppable. This is the part where Giannis gets terrifying. The 90s offense was built on post-ups, drives, and mid-range pull-ups. Exactly the areas where Giannis already thrives defensively. With fewer 3-point shooters spacing the floor, he stays closer to the paint, rotates earlier, and basically becomes a roaming nightmare. His 1.5 blocks in today's spacing-heavy league easily jump higher in an era where everyone is attacking the rim. Against bigs, Shaq still bullies him one-on-one. Shaq bullied everybody, but Giannis's length bothers him on help. Against Hakeem, he gets hit with some of the prettiest footwork ever, but he still contests everything. Against Jordan or Pippen, that's where Giannis shows up as a physical equal. He's long enough to bother MJ's pull-ups and fast enough to stay with Pippen on drives. In the 90s, Giannis probably becomes a perennial defensive player of the year. This is where it gets really fun. In our timeline, Giannis went 15th because he was raw, skinny, and coming from a league nobody scouted. But if a 1990s team saw this version of him walk into a draft workout, he's not sneaking past anybody. 90s NBA evaluators were conservative with overseas talent. Teams weren't taking unknown internationals in the top 3 unless they were already stars. But Giannis's physical tools are so freakish, 7 feet, guard speed, insane wingspan, that after one workout, every scout in the league is begging their GM to take him. In the 90s draft world, he probably goes somewhere between 5 and 7. Not number 1, because teams still want sure-thing college stars, but no way a talent like Giannis falls outside the lottery. The moment he steps on the court, he becomes the guy you build your franchise around. So what happens? Sure, Giannis doesn't score quite as much. He doesn't fly through wide open lanes, but he still becomes a top-tier superstar. A 25-point scorer, elite rebounder, all-time defender, and a nightmare matchup for every team in the league. He wins at least 1 ring on the right roster, racks up all NBA and Defensive Player of the Year awards, and carves out a Hall of Fame legacy as one of the most dangerous two-way players of the decade. So finally, what if Giannis played in the 90s? He'd still be a problem, a big one, and the league might have never been the same.